Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to do a talk video today. Saturday, which was yesterday, I'd started the day not knowing what I was going to do, where I was going to go, and that was not faked. That was for real on the video. And by the end of the day, a few hours later, all my problems were solved. So it was weird and it was wonderful, and I was kind of like freaked out. So I'm calmer today. I'm much calmer. Yeah, that's just so wonderful. And yeah, I started I started a couple weeks ago looking for a piece of land here in the non-restricted area between Eagle Nest and Angel Fire. There was 1 acre, that's all I wanted, it was 1 acre, and they wanted $59,000 for it. Right, I can see it from here. $59,000 for 1 acre. That's a bit much, because I looked around and there was one for $45,000. There was one lady selling 6 acres for $130,000. That doesn't even come close to being $59,000 an acre. And so, yeah, I go, okay, this isn't going to work. I kind of looked around and see if there was any place else I could go. But even if I was to go west or something like that, in northwestern New Mexico, I just have never been in that area, and the elevation is a lot lower. I didn't want to go to Colorado. Everybody and their mother goes there, and I have no idea where anything is. So I was just kind of like stuck. I said, I really need to stay here. So I was ready to just stay where you are. But then I was driving around yesterday, and I thought, no, you're not happy. You need to leave. That's why you have a home with wheels. It's not like at my sticks and bricks that I used to have. I have wheels. I can get up and leave. But the problem was I'm not good at lying. I had nowhere to go or no excuse that wouldn't hurt somebody's feelings. So I was just stuck. I was like, I just don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so it all worked out. Everything was wonderful, and I was just so happy. And I really didn't want to buy any land because I don't want to own a lot. It was hard enough for me to buy that trailer down in the desert. I really had to think about that a lot. But if I wanted a place I could stay in one spot and garden all winter, I pretty much had to get it. It took me a couple months to decide to get it, and of course it all worked out. It was quite scary though, because I don't want to own a lot. So now I'm having to buy, but I'm buying little things that I need for that trailer. So I'm not walking back and forth from trailer to trailer. And I'm not spending more than 50 cents or $1 on things, so that's cool. Yeah, so in case you want to know, I did see her out this morning, my host, and I went over and I told her, and yeah, everything's cool there. She won't take money from me. She never has. And she feeds me all the time because she likes to cook. So I decided the one thing she doesn't have in her home, and she doesn't watch this, I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure. I never told her about the channel. I don't tell too many people anymore. But the one thing she does not have that I couldn't live without when I had my house was an air fryer. So I've been since I've been here, I've been trying to pick out the best one for her. I had a Ninja and it was great. So it was leaning towards a Ninja air fryer, maybe a 5-quart or something like that. So I think I'm going to order that for her. And I was going to wait till I left, but now I'm leaving, so I see the deliveries won't be till Friday because I'm afraid she'll be like, no, don't. And this way, she has to take it. So, yeah, and she really loves to cook, and she has everything, but she doesn't have an air fryer. And since her oven doesn't really work in her home, this would be great. I use mine every day. It just replaced everything when I had an air fryer, so that's cool. Let's see. I wrote some notes down. Yeah, I was just trying to find some place I can stay that I'd be comfortable with. Didn't like the idea of owning land, but maybe renting a space. But there's just nothing. This place is really high priced. It's not like down in the desert where you can just get a spot of land for $800 for the year. So, and what I kind of was looking for was someplace to spend my summers and someplace I can spend the winters. Travel around between if I want to, but I don't at this time. I just want to go straight here down to the desert. I was kind of like that last fall, where I just wanted to get down there, and the same thing. If I don't want to travel, I have someplace to come to. So this park works out really good. She's not charging me, and I got to tell you the truth. All I'd be doing is like watering her plants in her greenhouse, maybe playing around a little bit in that. I think, when we're talking about the lady at the RV park, I think she likes to rescue or help out single stray women. Help them out, because I know of another instance where there's a lady living there that was in some kind of circumstances, and she basically gave her a home, a place to stay there. And I know that for a fact, so she's just a really good-hearted person, just like my host who's here. And, I talked to her a couple weeks ago, and didn't really tell her anything any more than I'm telling you, but she could tell I wanted somewhere to go. So I think she just, more than anything, because it's just watering plants, and she says that she can't handle it. So I think she's just really good-hearted, and she's giving me a place to stay. Well, the good thing about this, and I had been thinking about going over there and staying. I had told her that. But I wanted to save the money, the $200 a month. And I thought, well, if I could just stick it out here. But now it's not going to cost me $200 a month. And if this works out and she has me back every year, that pretty much will cover the whole year. I mean, I can stay in the desert, for me, about 5 months. If I shoot up and shoot down from Arizona up to here, I'm not on the road that much if I don't want to be. I have an older van, and the gas and everything costs a lot. But, I'm thinking out loud here. So, yeah, that would give me a place to stay the other 6-7 months of the year, because that park closes down pretty much by the end of September. But yeah, you can stay longer. I could stay the whole winter if I wanted. They just don't provide. The water gets cut off and things like that. Not very many people stay, but I stayed past deadline last year, and she said it was no big deal. Everybody was gone from the park, and it was still there last year. So, so that would give me, I don't have to leave here then until the middle of October or something. Yeah, it gets cold up here. But I don't have, it's more bearable than it being 100 and something degrees, though. So, I can stay here, because I would have left early here. I don't think I would have stuck around had I been here, because I don't like to be an undue burden on her. And I was overstaying your welcome type thing. But over there, it's a different situation, and I can actually have a place to live all year long. And the nomad thing is great. And when I get in a mood, I like to travel around. But I do kind of enjoy, and I'm getting antsy sitting here too. And that's another factor. I was okay at the park last year. but I do get a bit antsy. I just worked through it because I was working at the senior center. So I just kind of worked through it and stayed. Because I am a person that likes to travel at heart, but then I have my plants, and my plants require me to stay in one place. I just pretty much got to the point where I was going to give up on doing the plants in the summertime up here. But now that I have a place I can actually be the prairie dogs and stuff, it's too many people there for there to be any creatures that'll mess with your vegetables. And then she does have the greenhouse next door. So hopefully, if this works out, this can be a place I can come to every year. And that's what I was trying to find when I was trying to buy some land, which, like I said, I didn't really want to buy. So this actually is very nice. Like I said, if it works out and I can tend her greenhouse every year, there you go. I have a home. I have a home in the summer and one in the winter. Semi-permanent places, I should say, because they're not permanent, but permanent enough for me. So the other good thing about it is I do know the people up over there. So it's no surprises. The same people stay in the cabins that stayed last year. Some friends are over there in that RV park. And yeah, I know everybody, and I will just this year ignore the margarita parties instead of going to every single one of them. I'm just not interested. Every once in a while, if I'm in the mood. Yeah, I'm not partying at all this year. I made it quite clear when I got here. I was acting like a 20-year-old last year. And it's because I never got to act like one before. So I was doing it at the age of 65. I was like, but enough. No, not doing that this year. So there's no surprises up there. I know what's up there. What's cool is in the area I'm in, it's not really the regular RV park. That's down from it. But so there's like several sites right next to each other, and I'm there by the greenhouse. But what they do is if anybody comes in and they need those spots, they keep spaces between each other, unless it's so busy, and I have never seen that. They said 4th of July gets like that, where they need to cram people in there, because it's kind of a tent area, but there's trailers there. But so that's nice. So they're not going to shove somebody with screaming kids right next to me. I'd be very upset. But yeah, so no surprises that I know of there. I spent several months there last year, and it was pretty much, it's not the best place in the world because the people in the cabins are right there, but it's fine. I use my van as a blocking thing for privacy, and it'll be fine. They're all real nice, sweet people. So that's about it. I just kind of wanted to clarify some stuff. I think this will work out, hopefully. It would be nice to have a definite place to come in the summer. It was like, I'm done with the state parks, okay. And there is not enough state parks here to rotate them. It was nice to have some place to go in the winter. And now I'm kind of just looking for the same thing up here, so that should be good. Yeah, my little homes. My home is where I roll it to and park, But anyway, okay, I just wanted to clarify all that. It's just warm. And I know it's not even 80 degrees, so feel no pity for me. I'm just really hot. We are like 1.5 miles in the sky, and the sun is very strong, so I think I got a tan this morning, sitting on her patio talking to her. I try to stay out of the sun because I get these white sun damage, skin damage on my arms from it. I don't know whether you can see it or not. But yeah, I try to stay out of the sun anymore. The first couple of years I was out and sprawling around, and I learned a lesson real quick. But you know, I need to do something. My nose is, I go, my nose. It's just sticking out there, and you should wear a hat or something. I'm not out in the sun that much, but just it doesn't take much around here. I had a sunburn in the middle of January down in the desert the year before last, so I kind of learned to wear hats. I need to do that up here. Okay, I'm babbling at this point. Yes, I know a lot of you like my babbling. Thank goodness somebody likes my babbling. I hope you guys are doing well. I mentioned in the last video to let me know what y'all are up to. Gardening wise, and yeah, some of you have some really gorgeous gardens. And where are you going on vacation? What are you doing? Just put it in the comments. I do like to know what everybody else is up to. And yeah, and I appreciate everybody's support and everything. You guys are great. I'm going to let you go for now. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.